Wilson. But Jemson's got free here. Harper backed off. Here's Parker. And it's Crosby coming round the back, and Dibble got it at the second attempt. Oh, and Crosby's pinched the... Oh, has he given the goal? He has! My word! Gary Crosby! And Dibble is livid! And Manchester City have surrounded the referee, Roger Gifford. This is what happened. Well, the ball was only resting on one hand. Was it in his grasp? The referee said no. And now they've gone across to the linesman, and Manchester City with Andy Dibble still livid, but Howard Kendall prepared to get involved as well, and he could get himself into serious trouble here. They can't believe it, Manchester City. Dibble had the ball resting on the palm of his right hand, but that, Gary Crosby realised, wasn't a full control of the ball. Oh, look at that. He's distraught.
I mean, I can't believe it. Was it George Best that knocked the ball out of Gordon Banks's hand about 25 years ago, and that was disallowed? Have we not improved since then?
I suppose the referee might have thought he wasn't in full control of the ball.
What, with the ball in his hand?
In one hand.
Oh, dear me, I mean, is a handball with one hand, or is it with two hands? You know, I mean, if you stop in play for a handball, I mean, you don't have to use two hands, do you? You use one hand. The ball is in the keeper's hands. And I mean, there's no way that is a goal.
Millwall usually give Liverpool a good battle. They look more intent on giving them a good start. Goalkeepers under siege this week. Salmon also in on the conspiracy, tripping Barnes. His reaction suggesting it was unintentional. Beardsley's penalty would have been just about okay at Twickenham. He had a hand in Liverpool's winner though, 7 minutes from time, a corner joyously headed home by Gillespie. The first thing they teach you at Anfield is patience. It paid off yet again.
Queen's Park Rangers dumped Arsenal out of the FA Cup, but Don Howe, who knows a thing or two about Highbury, believes that his Rangers side haven't ended Arsenal's chances of retaining the championship, despite Ray Wilkins finding the bottom corner after 56 minutes. George Graham worried that Arsenal have now gone 5 games without scoring. They could ill afford this mistake by Kevin Richardson, which was stylishly seized upon by Roy Wegerle.
Out of the championship race, but Southampton atop of the league in the entertainment stakes, top scorers in the first division. Letitia led the way against Norwich in midweek. That was Rod Wallace against Chelsea. Now these two must be among the contenders for Young Player of the Year. Number 2 for Wallace, similar to Letitia's hat-trick goal on Wednesday. Great stuff. His 18th of the season, Letitia on 19. But they're as dodgy at the back as they are inventive up front. Only Palace and Millwall have conceded more in the league. Bobby Campbell obviously got that message through. Kevin Wilson pulling one back. Now Southampton were still in front into the last 10 minutes, but they know all about the patience game at Chelsea as well. Bobby Campbell being a student of the Anfield Academy. Tony Dorigo measuring his shot perfectly. 2 minutes later, with Gordon Dury on as a substitute, Chelsea registered their 6th away win of the season, and that compares with the best. From the other side of the area, Dury capping a marvellous fight back.
The Crystal Palace a victory to savour at White Hart Lane, but the nature of their winning goal didn't please the Tottenham goalkeeper Eric Tortsfet, who pushed the ball only onto the head of Alan Pardew.
A Kevin Sheedy special put Everton into an unaccustomed lead at Plough Lane. Now these two sides don't get on particularly well, and because of the needle, Wimbledon usually come out on top. They're more accustomed to coping with that sort of thing. John Fashionu's header. 1-1 looked just about right. 14 home goals for Wimbledon this season, 13 away for Everton. It was never going to be video material, although that was a lovely piece of finishing by Dennis Wise that put Wimbledon in front. Wise, in sparkling form, tripped by Ratcliffe, enabling Fashanu to score again, his 4th in 2 games after a 7-week layoff through injury.
You have to go back to November the 12th to find Manchester United's previous win at Old Trafford, but Brian McClare's sheer determination soon put the skids under Luton Town. McClare and Mark Hughes had last scored in the same game on the opening day of the season. That unhappy sequence also ended when Hughes hooked in United's second from McClare's cross. Any lingering Luton hopes dashed right on half-time. Michael Phelan making a perceptive run from midfield, and the centre rounded off by Danny Wallace. Then it was Hughes with an impish flick, Paul Ince with the through pass, and Mark Robbins avoiding the offside trap. 4-0 to Manchester United. Happiness at last for their home supporters. And that was scarcely spoilt by Kingsley Black's plucky reply for a well-beaten Luton. Manchester United 4, Luton 1.
Sheridan takes it back from Atkinson, returns the compliment, and Atkinson tries his luck! That was one of the best shots I think I've ever seen. What a fantastic effort that was from Dale Atkinson. Lovely use of the right foot by Francis in supplying that ball for Sheridan. And now comes infield. Plays it with his left foot. Atkinson again, the little back flick, and it was well read by Sage. One back by Sheridan. Still here, Hurst. I'm not quite sure who he's playing it to, but it wasn't to a Sheffield Wednesday man, which was disappointing at the end of that. So much to admire in the build-up there by Wednesday. They just need goals. Now then, Sheridan, will he have a dip himself? Great goal!
With 7 points from their previous 3 games, Charlton raising hopes of continuing their charmed First Division life. A knockback, though, from Norwich City. Robert Fleck settling the issue, finishing of the highest order, and Charlton couldn't match that.
Livingston. Speedy. Here's Smith in a bit of space. Corner to Coventry.
Mountfield looks in a bit of trouble there.
Well, Kevin Drinkle's coming on as Steve Livingston goes off. The substitution being made for Coventry. And if Mountfield's in trouble, then well, Villa have Stuart Gray, a defender. Well, here's Coventry now with Gallagher playing it in. Ormonroyd missed the chance there. And it's there by Drinkle! His first touch as a substitute. And Coventry go into the lead. Well, the substitution was made because of an injury. If it weren't for that, you'd say that was an absolute masterstroke by John Sillett. A great first touch there by Kevin Drinkle onto the left boot. And Coventry go into the lead. Jimmy Greaves.
It was a good touch because it's not easy to come on, as we all know, as a sub and get straight into the game. It was good control and an excellent finish.
Here's Speedy. And now here's David Smith. That's really got Coventry going. There's the shot, it's another one! David Smith, 2 goals in 90 seconds. Nigel Spink, the hero of the first half, puts the ball out of the net again, and Villa are in deep trouble. David Smith, the scorer, only his 4th of the season, tormenting Chris Price, getting it onto the right foot and burying it beyond Spink in the far corner.
He took the player on, took it on, brought it inside. Good shot, gave the keeper no chance.
In the meantime, Stuart Gray is on and Derek Mountfield is off.